I want to know your opinion. Dabo Swinney has been the favorite son of Alabama, even though he's been coaching at Clemson, and Clemson's kind of been our arch enemy, and it's kind of been like, oh, little brother, they're challenging and it's cute. But did the way Clemson beat Alabama, and now what they're doing on the recruiting trail, and the fact that they gave him $9.3 million, all of a sudden, has this changed the way you as an Alabama fan? That is a great poll question. Has your opinion of Dabo changed to the point where we, before, if we had beat Clemson this year, it'd have been like, yeah, man, when Saban leave, we want Dabo. Now is it to the point where we're like, we don't like Dabo. We don't want Dabo. So, but did Dabo go out of bounds when he made an analogy with the following? Clemson has taken a couple of big time recruits. One who came back to haunt us, Justin Ross, who had 6 catches for 153 yards in the title game, James. So when it comes to recruiting, that one recruit alone may have changed that game, because he would have been on Alabama's team. So it's really like a huge effect of more. The net may be more than 153 yards because he torched us for 153 plus the ones we didn't get. Maybe if we'd had him in the red zone, maybe we had a 6'5" guy in the red zone. Maybe we could have got some touchdowns, James. As good as our receivers are, we don't have a go-to guy in the red zone that can go up over coverage and get it. And Dabo, he talking on Sirius XM, was asked recently if the state of Alabama was going to put a wall up to keep him out. Here's what Dabo had to say. And my question to you, is he out of bounds with this type of analogy? I think it was all fun and games early on. It was all isn't that sweet and all that stuff. I don't know about walls, but I am kind of like Osama Bin Dabo. What? But I am kind of like Osama Bin Dabo, Swinney said with a laugh. Of course, he's having fun with it, but is that out of bounds? I have to navigate my way through the caves and back channels to make my way through Alabama these days. They aren't as happy to see me, but it's all good. It's a good problem. And then the article goes, he's no longer a favorite son. He's a stepbrother. It's almost like you're playing. This is Dabo once again. It's almost like you're playing your brother or your cousin. Even though you're brothers and they blow the whistle, you want to compete and you want to win, Swinney said. But when it's over, you hate you lost. You're like, crap, I lost, but at least it's to my brother. I think they've made me a stepbrother now, but I am still in the family. Did Dabo Swinney go, in your opinion, was that coming? You get, now his point of his story is legit, okay? But was that an out-of-bounds statement comparing himself, calling himself Osama Bin Dabo? Did he go out of bounds? Did he take that comment too far?
Martin, I'm giving another Price is Right fail horn to that, just because of how stupid it sounds.
It does sound stupid, but flip the script. Is this statement legit? Is Dabo's statement legit?
In the whole, yes.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Alabama fans are not big fans of Dabo Swinney at the current moment. And I was talking to someone yesterday, and I asked them, other than Dabo Swinney, and I said it, of course, here on the radio, other than Dabo, who would you take here? And is Dabo in the process, James, of becoming the guy that Alabama fans won't want? Because, Dabo, for a while, Alabama fans did not like Dabo. They thought he was quirky, and they thought he was not serious enough, and they had they didn't have this great opinion of Dabo. But now that he's taking Saban on head-to-head and looked good in doing it and won 2 out of the last 3,
If you're one that thinks he's a little quirky and a little odd, Osama Bin Dabo will add further fuel to the fire on that.
Let me ask you a quick question before we bring Gregory on. If Clemson wins this year, whether it's head-to-head against Alabama or not, Dabo Swinney will have won 3 out of 4 national titles, James. 3 out of 4. And literally, moments away from winning, what? 5? 4 out of 5? Or 5 out of 6?
4 out of 5.
So, if he wins, he lost us twice, right? No, we put him out. He didn't get close. He got put out in the semifinals last year before last, I should say. This past year, they won. So, he would have won 4 out of 5 and made the finals 5 years in a row. Does Dabo project as a guy, because he'll be 50 years old, James, in the next 20 years would Dabo Swinney win more than 3 titles?
I say yes.
Yeah. So if Dabo wins this year, does he even pass Coach Bryant at Clemson? That's scary. Let's move on. We don't even want to talk about that. We don't even want to talk about that yet. We want him to come back to Alabama, so we don't want him to keep winning at Clemson when Saban leaves, right? Gregory, you're in with the Blitz. What's on your mind?
No, we don't want no Dabo at Alabama. I don't know. He good.
Who you want then?
Hey,
Saban's going to retire now.
I'm going to leave it up to Greg. What's his name? I'm leaving it up to my boy.
Well, yeah, so you okay? Hold on, Gregory. If you were hiring, and you were hold on, and you were hiring a welder, and there was one welder that is considered to be the greatest welder ever. Okay, he's in that conversation, and and you have a welding contest, and this welder in head-to-head competition in national championship games, the second guy has beaten your guy, and the last time he beat him, he destroyed him, and now he's out recruiting him. He's out. He's out. The thing that made that welder special, that second welder is now doing a better job in that. You wouldn't consider that welder to replace him?
See, you trying to put me up on the gun.
No. I'm telling you, I'm showing you how crazy what you just said. You said you wouldn't even consider Dabo.
I won't. They're here a competing sport. Everything you do is a competing sport. It's another good coach out there. Who? See, huh?
Who?
You have to.
Who has beaten Saban? Who has a winning record or a 500 record against Saban that's in the game of football right now?
Well, right now, it's at Dabo.
All right, then. He's going to be on the short list. All right, what you got, Greg? I'm sorry.
Listen. Dabo, he brought an all right person, but his statement, sometimes, you know what I'm saying, to get to me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm like you with what that favorite quarterback name? You
Tom Brady that I don't like.
Yeah, I'm like that. You know what I'm saying? Still saying against Dabo.
But if Tom Brady, if I had a favorite team in the NFL, as much as I dislike Brady with the Patriots, if I had a chance to get him as my quarterback, I'd take him. Hey, Gregory, when I came on the air the next day, I would say, man, Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback to ever play.
I can't believe this. I can't believe you, Mark.
I'd sell out for Tom Brady. I'll sell out.
But listen, though, you know, what I'm saying, you know, I don't think, what's his name? He there for Clemson all the way.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll leave or not, but it'd be awful tough. Right now, what he's doing, it's too good.
It's great.
It's too good.
Yeah, it's great. You know what I'm saying? Because you know you'll be something wrong with him, and he do side to leave. You know what I'm saying?
It'll be strictly for the love of mama. It'd be strictly for the love. It won't be. He won't be in any better situation in Alabama than he is at Clemson. So
right, Kyle, how rare they are though, Martin. I'm talking about these days and age. You know what I'm saying? You don't see that very rare people that leave somewhere where he built and come somewhere already established. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Only way he comes is if things taper off or something happens there, and something changes and it goes in a different direction. Right. But I'm not gonna say maybe he accomplishes everything he wants to accomplish, and then he wants a greater challenge. Sometimes people take challenges. I mean, I
can't line that up like that, 'cause
I can see it. I can see it from a love. Well, you have to understand, man. You build something at Clemson, and then you have a chance. Think about this. What James and I just talked about. If Dabo wins this year, he's going to be 50 years old with 3 national titles. Right. And so say he coaches at Clemson another 5 years and wins 1 or 2 more titles. Okay? He's going to be 55 years old, and now he has a chance to go, hold on. He at that point, if he wins this year, he is clearly the Bear Bryant of he didn't have to win another one after this year. He is already established as the greatest coach in Clemson history. Think about this though. If he comes here, picks up where Saban left off, and wins, and then has 15 coaches to he's 70, and has 15 years where he wins 3 or 4 more titles, he would end up in the same category with Coach Bryant and Coach Saban, having done it at Clemson and then done it at that same school.
But see, that's the point right there. See, now that's the point. It's like this here, Mark. You know what I'm saying? I don't think the way Dabo, how, carry himself, have fun with players, fit in with Bama. You know what I'm saying?
Bama fans or Bama players?
Bama period. I don't know.
Oh, the players would absolutely love Dabo. The players, man, Gregory. The players would jump. The players would be on board so fast with the way Dabo does things. It's not even funny. And the fans, guess what the fans would do? The fans would talk until Dabo won a title. Yep. The fans would jump on behind Dabo I'm telling you, Dabo would be a home run if he wins at Alabama. It wouldn't take long for all of the no Dabo, never Dabo folks to get on board. And as James is reminding me, the players and the assistant coaches would absolutely love Dabo as much as they do Saban, if not more. So, hey, I got to get the break here. I'm about 4 minutes over. But what you got, real quick? I'll come in.
Okay, I think we just gonna be a passing team this season.
Passing team?
Yeah.
No.
Yes, sir.
Passing team loses. Passing team doesn't get to the championship. Passing team. I'm just kidding.
Let me ask you a question. I'm going to ask you one question.
Okay.
How many players we got looking to go to the next level? I'm talking about being ranked.
It starts for receivers, or total. We got 3.
Total 3, and including the quarterback that make 4, right?
Right. And then you got the running back. So you got a running back that wants to go to.
Look. Look. What Nick Saban said, it always come around like a circle. They always talking about me. See what I'm saying?
Wow,
now put that together. And watch what I said. We just gonna be one dimension.
All right. Roll Tide. Gregory saying Alabama's gonna be one dimensional. We'll see. All right. We had a little out of bounds segment there with Dabo Swinney. And, the question was asked, and I try to respond, whether it's via a phone call or on Facebook. CJ Watson said, I know that the Never Dabo folks just got more fuel added to the fire, talking about Dabo Swinney called himself Osama Bin Dabo. John Monk said, why should he come back? A legend in Clemson. Why come here to all of the Alabama pressure of expectations? And here's my response. because he's a competitor. See, what you have to understand, football players, athletes, alpha dogs, leaders like that, they're not afraid of competition. Nick Saban is not afraid of competition. Nick Saban, like everybody else, is wanting to get rid of, when you hear people talk about he's scared to play, Nick Saban wants to play 9 SEC games. The reason the other teams don't want to play 9 SEC games is because it may mean a loss. Saban's like, it also may mean a win, so in a better conference. So he's not afraid of competition. Dabo's not afraid of competition. Because he's a competitor, Dabo could have gone to college and played football at other places. What did he choose to do? He chose to walk on at Alabama as an undersized, not fleet of foot wide receiver and fight for playing time. He has the same personality as a coach. So just because he's had great success doesn't mean that he won't be motivated to take on a bigger challenge. So don't assume his success makes it harder for him to come, because it could make it, based on timing, and there's a lot that goes into timing and everything, could make it more likely for him to come. Because if he has great success there, James, he could get like, man, I'm ready for a new challenge. He could also, someone said, and he brought his mom with him. He has been fighting since day one. And that's the type of personality Dabo has, and it could be that that's a challenge. Or, we're talking about this, Dabo could get bored and try the NFL. Who knows what he may do? He's already a legend at Clemson, okay? So winning 5 or 6 versus 2 or 3, is it going to make a difference? He may want another challenge. That's the only reason I think he comes back, is because he gets bored or wants a greater challenge, and that could all change. And his family, his wife, his kids graduating and leaving Clemson could also impact. So there's a lot of things that go